So, I really don't like making videos like this, but I honestly hate the new cosmetic upgrade system that they just added to the game, which really sucks because, I really like when they add new content and, new things to do in the game and stuff like that, but this is literally just a grind fest, and you have to be, you have to have a super good team with super good gear already made out, and now because you only get it from hell demons, you have to have specific units built out, or else you're not going to be able to really get through it very easily, or you're going to have to get carried. And even then you can't really you can't solo hell demons very easily at all. So even having a crappy teammate or anything like that could cost you the match. And so, I don't know, I feel like there's a combination of things that have kind of made this a really crappy experience. The whole thing with having the new characters, the new Elaine and then Zenari and Jenna that can guarantee you the cosmetic upgrades is really cool. But they dropped this right after the Lost Vein Meliodas banner that just came out, and I think everybody's pretty much spent, most of their gems at this point. I have some gems, and I could buy their outfits, but I'd rather have Easton whenever she gets released, hopefully next week. There's still no, real confirmation on that or anything like that, but I'm really hoping that they release her, because she would just be more beneficial to me than having these, stupid upgrades. The upgrades do help a lot, and that's kind of the thing that I hate about it the most, is that if I go, the only ones that I've been using them on is my Demon Meliodas, and you can see I go to my closet, and I've got 23% so far, which means I've upgraded it. I think the base is 180, so I've spent 7 upgrades on this. It takes, for me to go to 7 upgrades, it costs 350,000 gold, which, albeit gold is not very hard to come by. You can grind out gold pretty easily in the game, but it's really expensive on one side. This is way more money than most things cost in the game. Like I said, gold isn't super big of an issue, but I don't know, it's just a side thought. These costume upgrades or whatever, each thing has their own, each category, outfit, weapon, or cosmetic, has their own individual cosmetic item that you have to use, and it just you can only get them from a specific demon. I just really didn't think we needed this. Really, it's just something else to have to worry about and do, because now Ungeared is going to be even more unbalanced, because there's another factor in play here. It used to be, you would have to, obviously, if you wanted to take a team into Ungeared, you would have to have them at level 80, you'd need them to be 6-starred, and then you would need their ult level as high as you could get it, and then even then you would want to have 5 UR outfits, weapons, and cosmetics. And I always thought that Ungeared it didn't make sense that Ungeared even needed the outfits to begin with. If the character itself was built up and stuff like that, that made sense to me. But the outfits just really seemed like overkill. It seemed like it was kind of unnecessary, really. So yeah, the cosmetic upgrades are really just going to stack on top of that whole thing, and I just don't think it really needs to be there. Or even if they want to keep it like that, that's fine. Just for example, I used to play a game called Dragon Ball Legends, and they recently had an update where they actually made a game mode where you could, it's basically, I think it's called Training Battle or something like that, in the PvP section. And every so often in the game they would have these events that would go on where you could basically go in with a team and it would completely max out the team. So they have a system kind of like the Super Awakening system that's on JP, if you're unfamiliar with the Super Awakening system for this game. It basically just means once you get your ult level up high enough, you can start to add extra stars to your characters, and you can go in a whole 4 extra stars on your character with Awakens, and it costs, platinum coins or whatever kind of coins you want to end up spending on it. But it just takes a whole bunch of extra resources to get your character even better for ungeared, which a lot of people really hate that system, and I didn't like it in Dragon Ball Legends when they added it. But for example, if it were to be translated over, they could be super awakened all the way to like 6 stars, which we don't have that. But they would do events every so often where you could actually go into PvP, and it would just completely max your characters out, so you could just play and have fun and not worry about whether or not your character was like super like min-maxed or whatever the case may be. Like, you could just go in with a team and like just try out new team comps and stuff like that, and not have to worry about resources, which was so good. Those events were really helpful for a lot of like newer players and stuff like that who were getting into the game and wanted to know if this character would be good, or this and that. Like, it would be like really nice in this game too. That's what I'm getting at, is that I really want them to add some sort of like practice PvP game mode where you could just go in, it would automatically level 80, 6-star your character when you went in, or if they end up adding it after the Super Awakening system comes out, it would be level 80, and it would be 10 stars or whatever. I think that's 10 stars, right? Because it's 6 and then an extra 4. Easy math there. I don't know why I'm second guessing myself, but they would be level 80, 10 starred, and then I guess it would just automatically max out their costumes and stuff like that you have equipped, or whatever the case may be, or it would just give you the stats of having 5 UR outfits fully maxed or whatever like that. I think that would be such a helpful thing in this game. As somebody who really doesn't care for PvP in general, like, I mean, I'll play PvP, it's fun to an extent for me, but like, I already hate geared PvP because there's way too many factors that go into it. There's too much going on, and too much that you can like really hold over another player by just having more ult gauge or whatever the case may be. Like, people who spend money on the game that can reroll their stats on their gear and stuff like that more often, and they just have an insane advantage over like regular people who are just trying to play geared PvP. And that's the biggest thing that I hate, is that there's that, and then you can lose ranks and stuff, and it just all doesn't correlate really well to me as like a regular, just casual sort of like PvP player. Like, I don't play a whole lot as it is, and I don't want to get D-ranked down, because like, I feel bad when I play in like the gold bracket in geared PvP, because I'm playing against people who are just trying it out for the first time, or just people who are lower tier in general, and like, I end up like, my team, my CC is through the roof. Like, I mean, I have a really good team with CC. Like, I can get up to like 190k if I really like get all my characters together with all of their gear straightened out and stuff. So it's super annoying. Like, I don't want to have to go against people who are like 120k CC and stuff like that, because it's not even a competition at that point. It's just me sitting there feeling bad that this new player is like, oh hey, like, I've got a decent amount of CC now, I'm gonna hop into geared PvP. Like, there needs to be a whole separate section that you don't have to worry about anything, and you can just I don't know, play the game and have fun with it and try out new team comps and stuff. Like, oh hey, what's that? A new character came out? Like, Mono just came out, and you don't want to, spend all those pendants and stuff like that trying to test her out. Well, this, new PvP game mode would be so fantastic for that, because you could try her out and see whether or not you want to spend the resources on it, and then use her in the other 2 PvP modes later once you realize her potential. So, I don't know. This whole cosmetic upgrades thing has really like sparked a lot of like thoughts about the game and stuff like that, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. I just feel like there's some things that they need to like either improve or just change, or just like even adding that game mode specifically would be just the easiest like way for me to not worry about it. I'm sure a lot of other people would really benefit from using that as well. I don't know. The game lately has been super demoralizing as far as I'm concerned. Like, this whole half anniversary thing has not been as good as I would have hoped. Like, I mean, yeah, it's really cool. We got Lost Fame Meliodas, which was really neat, and I mean, a lot of people were super like looking forward to him. And then they dropped the mono banner by herself, and she's, you know, not great. A lot of people, that was a skip banner. I ended up summoning on it a little bit, which is my own fault. I mean, that's nobody's fault but my own. But I ended up, you know, pulling a couple copies of her, which was cool. And I was really hoping that they were going to drop Easton, but then, you know, they kind of went left field and they added this whole, like, 6-character banner that's going on right now. And although this seems really cool on the surface, like, it's still regular rates and everything, and like, not only do you have to pull these characters, but you then have to spend at a minimum of like 30 diamonds to max, or to get their costumes that you need to, you know, actually use them for what they're useful for. Because if you don't know, like the Valentine's characters right here, obviously they're not Valentine's characters for us because they all came out at the same time, but for JP, these were the Valentine's characters right here, and then these were the New Year's characters. They just threw them all in one banner, and you have to spend diamonds to get their cosmetics, so that way you can actually get the guaranteed cosmetic upgrades and stuff like that from the demons, and you can, you know, get your guaranteed demon selection or whatever. Like if you have Demon Meliodas' costumes, which he's the only one that I bought the costumes for, I can guarantee to get myself a Howlix raid now if I just have him on the team while I do boss battles. And that to me is a really cool mechanic. Like, I wouldn't mind having these three and their costumes and stuff like that, but I'm so like thrown off and just unmotivated to do the whole like cosmetic upgrades thing that I'm not worried about buying these costumes right now at all. And the other part is that, you know, the costumes leave. They go away. They're event costumes. You know, if they're limiting people because they're like, oh, hey, you guys just spent all of your money on this Lost Vein banner. Well, here you go. Here's 6 characters that you're going to want to try to pull for because they're actually useful. And what's that? You have to spend even more diamonds on top of that once you pull the characters to actually get their outfits and use them efficiently. And, you know, this and that. The whole thing has just rubbed me the wrong way, I guess. So, I don't know. I'm still having fun. I'm playing the game, doing whatever. But it's just, this doesn't seem like a celebration to me. It seems like a, hey, I know you guys have been saving up your diamonds, spend them so we can, you know, throw a new banner out next week that's, you know, crazy off the wall that you're probably going to want to summon for, and you don't have diamonds now, and you have to, you know, either purchase diamonds or, I don't know, grind a whole bunch or something. I don't know. Like, it's just kind of like left a bad taste in my mouth, I guess. But I don't know. I try not to rant on these videos and stuff, but this whole thing has kind of just collectively built up. Plus, I've had a bad day today in general, so this is a perfect outlet for me. So that's pretty much it. Let me know if you guys, I don't know. I really think that PvP idea would actually be super cool. Obviously, I've got the idea from another game doing it, but I mean, that doesn't mean it's a terrible idea to implement into other games. But yeah, that's it. Let me know you guys' thoughts. I don't know. I just feel like this whole thing has been kind of building up over time. I know a lot of people have already been fed up with, you know, the way Global has been progressing at such a fast rate. There was a guy who commented on my videos the other day who told me that he quit the game a while back and just happened to end up watching one of my videos again, just to see what was going on. And I don't know. I can see why people are kind of like quitting the game. Like, I would love nothing more than for them to get to the point that JP's at and just, you know, start doing, you know, on weeks and off weeks so that way people can save up money and, you know, this and that, and just, I don't know. Let me know you guys' thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I didn't, I don't know, piss you guys off with me ranting or anything, but I just felt like I needed to get it out there, I guess. So I'll see you guys in the next video.